Ever thought about getting into cybersecurity but had absolutely no idea where to start? It can feel like a maze, right? Well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to unlock a complete learning roadmap straight from the resources of the #1 cybersecurity company in the world, Palo Alto Networks.
So you've got the goal, become a cybersecurity expert. But the big question is, how? I mean, the field is huge, and it is so easy to get lost. But what if you had a clear, step-by-step guide, one that's basically handed to you by the best in the business? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack today.
All right, so our guide on this quest is Palo Alto Networks. And let's be clear, these guys are the real deal, a global leader whose resources are basically a treasure map for anyone serious about this stuff.
Okay, so who are Palo Alto Networks, really? In a nutshell, they're the top dog in AI-based cybersecurity. They focus on three main playgrounds: network security, cloud security, and what's called security operations. The real game changer for them is that they pull all of this into one single platform. Now, there are a few key product names you're going to want to remember. First, their next-generation firewall. Think of it as the ultimate bouncer for your network. Then you've got Prisma Cloud, which is all about keeping your applications safe in the cloud. And finally, Cortex XDR. That's their super smart threat hunting tool. We'll definitely be hearing more about these.
Okay, every great journey has to start somewhere, right? For us, that first step is the easiest, most accessible place to begin, their main company blog.
This is it, ground zero. The main blog is where your journey really kicks off. Think of it as your Cybersecurity 101 course. It gives you that 30,000-foot view of everything, so it's absolutely perfect for getting your bearings and, learning to speak the language.
And what kind of stuff will you find here? Well, everything from how AI is completely shaking up the industry, to the nuts and bolts of threat detection, updates on their latest tech, and just solid must-know security best practices. You're basically building that solid foundation before we start adding the walls and the roof.
All right, you've got the basics covered. Now it's time to level up your expertise. This is where we shift gears from being a generalist to becoming a true specialist.
Now, this is a super important distinction. The main blog, that's for everyone. It's your starting point. But the Unit 42 blog? Oh, this is where things get really interesting. Seriously, if the main blog is the textbook, Unit 42 is like reading a detective's case files. It's filled with deep dive analyses of actual, real-world cyber attacks from their elite threat intelligence team. We're talking about the front lines here.
And check this out. This is the kind of gold you'll find in there. They discovered that a whopping 70% of attacks use 3 or more different ways to get in. Just think about that for a second. That one fact completely flips the script on how you approach defense. It's not about locking the front door anymore. You have to secure the windows, the back door, and the chimney too. This is the kind of actionable insight that really separates the amateurs from the pros.
Okay, so we've seen the big picture, and we've peeked into the high-stakes world of threat hunting. Now it's time to choose your path. It's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure, because they break down their expert content into 3 main specialties.
You've got 3 main options. First up is network security. This is where you get into the nitty-gritty of firewalls, their operating system called PAN-OS, and the super important zero-trust security model. Or maybe you're more into cloud security. Here you'll be diving deep into protecting stuff on AWS, Azure, and GCP. And your third choice is security operations, or SecOps for short. This is all about the command center, the SOC, and using cool AI tools like Cortex XDR to actively hunt down bad guys.
Look, knowing the theory is great, but actually doing it, that's what really counts. So the big question is, how do you go from knowledge to actual practice?
And that's where the live community blog comes into play. This place is amazing. It's not some polished marketing page. It's a forum where real engineers on the front lines share what's working, what's not, and how they solve real-world problems. It's raw, practical advice from people who are in the trenches every single day. And to make sure you're not just digging around aimlessly, they've got 2 awesome resource centers. First, the Blog Resource Center. This lets you slice and dice the content by your industry, say finance or healthcare, or by a hot topic like IoT or Zero Trust. Then you've got the General Resource Center. Think of this as your ultimate library, packed with super detailed white papers, webinars with the experts, and even product demos so you can see all this tech in action.
Phew! Okay, we've gone through a lot, right? From the big picture blogs to deep dive research and real-world tips. So let's pull it all together and map it out, step by step.
Here it is, your complete 5-step cybersecurity learning path. Step 1, start with the main blog to get a handle on the big trends. Step 2, pick your specialty with the topic blogs, whether it's network, cloud, or SecOps. Step 3, go deep into the real stuff with Unit 42's case studies. Step 4, learn from your peers and get practical tips from the community blog. And finally, Step 5, tie it all together and become a pro by using the Resource Center to really master the details. Simple as that.
So there you have it, a full-blown roadmap to take you from zero to hero, all curated by the #1 company in the game. The path is laid out right in front of you. Now the only question is, what are you going to master first?
Hey, if you found this guide helpful, do us a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe. It honestly helps us out a ton and lets us know you want more content just like this. Thanks for hanging out with us.